My sister showed up at my lake house with a moving truck and 3 kids, ready to move in. She acted like the place was already theirs. The only reason she didn't get inside is because I'd changed the locks and turned their new home into a demolition site. It started the week before, at Sunday dinner at my parents' house. Vanessa rolled in late with her husband and kids, all excited in that way that makes my stomach drop. Halfway through the meal, she announced, "We're moving into your lake house next week." Dad nodded like this was normal. Mom smiled and added, "It's empty anyway, and it's only for a few months." Vanessa's kids immediately started fighting over bedrooms. That's when it hit me. They'd already decided, and I was just the last to be informed. Vanessa has always taken first and asked later. She borrowed my car for a weekend and kept it for weeks. She took a small loan from me that somehow turned into a 5-figure mystery, still unpaid. And when I was 16, my parents quietly rerouted my college savings to pay for her wedding. In this family, I was the backup account. The lake house was the one thing I rebuilt on my own. I bought it, fixed it, and kept it standing when nobody else showed up. When it flooded a few years ago, I ripped out soaked drywall solo while my family posted Caribbean cruise photos. So when Dad slid into his favorite voice, "Be reasonable. Family helps family," something finally snapped into place. I set my napkin down and pulled a manila folder from my purse. "The contractors start Monday," I said, sliding out the permits and contracts. 9-month renovation, down to the studs. I let the paper do the arguing. The table went dead silent. Dad's knife hung in the air. Mom's glass stopped halfway to her lips. Vanessa's smile collapsed like wet cardboard. Then the guilt campaign started. "Think of the children. You'll break your father's heart." Dad leaned in and hinted about inheritance, like that was supposed to scare me back into line. I looked him straight in the eye and said, "Poor planning on your part isn't an emergency on mine." I left while they were still sputtering. I didn't argue on the phone. I texted my contractor, confirmed a 7 a.m. start, and asked him to park the dumpsters right in front of the garage doors. If my family wanted to play cute, I could play prepared. Monday morning, a moving truck crawled up my gravel driveway anyway. My foreman already had cones and sawhorses blocking the entrance. Vanessa climbed out wearing sunglasses and rage and barked, "Tell these men to move." She stomped to the front door and jammed her key into the lock. The lock didn't even turn for her. She tried again, twisting harder, jaw clenched tight. Then a cheerful robotic voice chirped, "Unauthorized entry attempt detected," alerting owner and security. Vanessa spun on me and snapped, "You changed the locks." "I upgraded everything," I said, and nodded at the cameras. She hissed, "You can't do this. We're family." I didn't blink. "Family respects boundaries," I said. "You should try it sometime." That should have ended it, but Vanessa doesn't take no as an answer. She went back to the truck and told the driver to cut across my lawn. The ramp dropped, boxes slid out, and an old dresser thudded onto my grass like a declaration of war. Vanessa called out smug, "Since you won't be reasonable, we'll store it here until you come to your senses." I didn't yell. I didn't chase her. I pulled out my phone and made one call while holding her stare. "Lakeside Auction House? This is Gabrielle." "Yes, proceed with pickup as discussed. Donate all proceeds to the foster youth program." Her face went blank. "What auction house?" she demanded. "The one I hired yesterday," I said, "because I knew you'd do this." 2 days later, she exploded into my voicemail about family heirlooms and how I was heartless. I saved the message. I saved the footage, too. Funny how loud people get when they realize they can't bully you anymore. My parents tried one last visit, expecting their usual pressure routine. They walked into bare studs and sawdust and finally understood there was nothing left to take. Dad tried the will thread again, and I just shrugged. "You already cut me out when I wouldn't co-sign Mark's deal." He went pale. Mom stopped talking. For once, the renovation kept moving. My boundary held, and the best part, I slept like a rock. Eventually, Vanessa texted, "I'm sorry about the furniture. Can we talk?" I replied, "Dinner next month. Bring dessert. No moving boxes." So tell me, was I cruel, or was this overdue? What would you do if your family tried to claim your home? Drop your thoughts in the comments.